Last night, the British Parliament overwhelmingly approved the new trade deal struck with the EU on Christmas Eve. Brexit supporters praised it as a victory of sovereignty from Brussels. Pro-Europeans lamented the fact that trade will no longer be seamless. Signing the treaty, Prime Minister Boris Johnson said it marked the start of a new chapter with the EU.
I want everybody to understand that the treaty that I've just signed is not the end. It is a new beginning, and I think the beginning of what will be a wonderful relationship between the UK and our friends and partners in the European Union. I'm delighted to welcome with us today in number 10. Here it is, focused on it, and I know the question you will be asking yourself is have I read it? The answer is yes. It's an excellent deal for this country, but also for our friends and partners. Thank you all very much.
Our reporter Victoria Smith has been following all of the Brexit drama right from the start, and she joins us now. We've been speaking about Brexit, Victoria, for 4.5 years. Finally, the deal done, it's been signed, comes into effect tomorrow. What will change as of midnight?
Good morning, Oliver. Yes, indeed. By 11 o'clock GMT tonight, the deal will have been signed and made law after a rush through yesterday, both houses of Parliament approving it just around midnight, with the Queen signing off the deal after that. So yes, a new relationship dawns. Obviously, there is a bit of a triumphalist tone from both the Prime Minister. He has said that the destiny of this great country, he says, now resides firmly in our hands, and some of the papers as well are shouting out about how it's a double whammy, a double victory for the UK today after the. Now we know that this takes the UK out of the EU's single market and customs union. At the same time, it ends the possibility of tariffs on goods. Other changes the ramifications are yet to be seen, of course, but we know there'll be changes to travel for all of us, changes to professional services. For example, does your qualification still count the same as it used to in Europe? Changes in educational services and schemes such as Erasmus, that's now been scrapped, that scheme that allowed UK students to study in Europe. We understand it will be replaced by something else, but details on that a little short. Voted for the New Deal, but she says that she fears there will now be a rift between the EU and the UK, which she fears may be permanent. At the same time, Boris Johnson's reportedly said that this is the cakiest of deals, referring to that somewhat unfortunate phrase of having our cake and eating it. Not yet sure how that will play out with our European friends and allies. We wait to see.
All right, Shalom. This is Harwan Banyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Just a quick lesson. The Brexit trade deal between the UK and Europe has officially happened. All right, and starting tomorrow is basically going to be put into law their new deal. All right, so the UK is basically sovereign, has gained their sovereignty from Europe, all right, just like America gained their sovereignty from Europe. What was that, 1776, if I'm not mistaken? All right, with the War of Independence. Now, anyway, the Declaration of Independence. Now, this is basically the same type of setup, to where the UK is now sovereign from Europe, but they still are part of Europe. All right, and they're still allies, and the UK won't have to pay taxes to Europe. They'll be able to make their trades and buy and sell and travel. So it's going to be a big separation. But if they didn't make the deal, it would have been hard borders, to where they would have, what their plan was to microchip all the citizens, to separate who was from Ireland, who was from Britain or the UK, and who was from the other parts of Europe. So that could still happen, but it may happen once they push it push the mark of the beast on a world scale. All right. But now this prophecy is coming to pass, man. It's happening right now. So the point of this lesson is basically Yahweh Shai, all right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right, or Yahweh Shai, they're setting up their kingdom upon the earth right now as we speak. All right. And in these times, the Lord said he's going to build the tabernacle of David that was fallen. And he's building us through edification. All right. So now in Revelation 7, he said 144,000 and 1/3 had to be woken up to this truth and sealed. All right. Meaning having their confidence and their trust made sure before the destruction comes. All right, so now let me read this real quick because this is happening right now as we speak. It's called the Brexit. Then you're going to have the ITEL exit, which is Italy. You know, all these other nations are going to leave the original agreement with the European Union. That was originally called the Treaty of Rome. All right, and all their financial deals, they're starting to separate. So that way, the UK basically saying they can stand on their own. This is Daniel 2:20. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. And that's talking about the Roman Empire. For as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things. And they subdued the whole earth. And as iron that breaketh all these, it shall break in pieces and bruise. 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, so at the end of their empire. All right, the toes represent the 10 toes. Okay, what's called the European Union, or the 10 horns of the scriptures in Revelations. It says part of potter's clay and part of iron. So it's gonna be mixed. All right, it's gonna be weak. Partly strong and partly weakened. All right. The kingdom shall be divided. See, that's what it's talking about, the division. Because you can't mingle those two elements together. They'll never mix. So now the UK and iron, which would be Europe, now Britain will represent that clay. They're partly strong and partly weak now. All right, their ties that they have. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, man. So they're still allies together. For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. All right, so they're still gonna be together, but they'll never be they're still allies, but they'll never be the same again. They'll never have that original European Union again. All right. That's why he said they're marking a new era in their relationship and in their agreements. But there's still some separation now. They said some division. There's all prophecy happening before our eyes, man. But the beautiful part about it is this. Verse 42. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. Whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. All right, so they're all not going to be able to unite anymore. All right, they all want their sovereignty. And it's all about greed and riches. This is 44, and control. And then this is the point right here, man. All right, as we're seeing this Brexit come to pass, and they signed the deal finally. Check this out. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, man. So we're in the time of Yahweh Shai, all right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, setting up his kingdom right now as we speak, and choosing his men and who his children are going to be that are the first fruits to enter into his kingdom, into his rest. All right. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. All right. So it says what? And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom. All right. This is Isaiah 44:3, because the Lord said, in these days of the 10 toes, and in the times of this division that they're going to have, which will be the Brexit and ongoing separation, such as the ITEL exit and the whole separation of the European Union, or dismantling of the European Union. The Lord said he's going to set up his kingdom as well, and this is how he's going to do it. Isaiah 44:3. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty. All right. And it says, and floods upon the dry ground. That's this word, the spirit. Okay. And I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and the seed of Israelites. And it says, and my blessing upon thy offspring, man. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the watercourses. All right. And the Lord said, what? He prepared a table for us in the presence of our enemies. Okay. And it says, what? One shall say, I am Yahweh's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Yasha'Allah. This is Job 20:4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite for a moment. All right, so their triumphing has been short, man. All right, and the house divided cannot stand. So, and Yahweh Shai is about to establish his kingdom. It's about to be a major regime change upon the earth. All right, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite for a moment. Okay, so we see these Edomites celebrating because they think they got their new world order established. The Lord said they're not going to feel quietness in their belly. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach into the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Okay. The eye which also saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His place, talking about their rulership. All right. America, Babylon, the whore, gonna lose their rulers, their power seat in the earth. Britain, the UK, the EU, Russia, all those elite nations of ruling nations of Edomites. All these nations are gonna lose their power seat in the earth, and we're in the time of Yahweh Shai setting up his kingdom. They're literally passing the Brexit tonight. All right, so and he says a new age, a new day, a new age dawns, and that's true. And that age would be a kingdom. This is Isaiah 2:2. And it shall come to pass in the last days, so we're in the last days, that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, in the top of these governments, man, in these kingdoms. So the Lord's kingdom is being established right now. It shall be exalted above the hills and all nations shall flow unto it. Okay. All right, this is Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass, man. All right, and the Lord said what? He knows the day and the hour, or Yahweh. So the number of Esau's days are with him. When he's going to send Yahweh Shai, that moment when he's going to send Yahweh Shai, to shatter the image, the stone that was cut out without hands, according to Daniel chapter 2, to destroy the wickedness upon the earth. And in the midst of the 10 toes and their Brexit deals, their separations and divisions within their allegiance or alliances, they in the midst of that, the Lord is setting up his kingdom upon the earth, bringing us together whole and gathered in the spirit of truth and in his name. All right, Job 14:5, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bound that he cannot pass. Talking about Esau. So them doing this Brexit deal and separating from each other, it's all according to prophecy, man, and the Father's will. 2 Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, all right, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And the Lord has put his spirit of prophecy in our mouths, and we speak it out to the people. And cause them to be written in paper. That's the scriptures. For they are faithful and true. See, everything's coming to pass, man. It's all happening. Okay. So it says what? So we're not supposed to fear anything that these elites are talking about bringing on the earth. You know, all these austerity measures, lockdowns, okay, all these type of threats. And the New World Order, the Lord said what? Fear not the imaginations against thee. All right. And the prophecies are signs for us to watch and to get an idea of when the Lord is about to return. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them that trouble thee, that speak against thee. All right. It says that trouble of them that, Salaki, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that's 2/3 of our people. And these heathens, because, but mainly 2/3 of our people this is speaking about. But now it's going to go into the whole world. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And who's the beacon of wickedness upon the earth? Esau. And they have polluted the whole earth. And we're in that time of what? And their hurtful works are fulfilled. So the Lord said he appointed their bounds that they cannot pass. So their hurt on the children of Israel, the Lord is about to end that. All right. A certain amount of punishment was going to be put on our people for our wickedness that we committed against the Lord. And when the Lord ends that, that's just it. Okay. So we in the time where the Lord is setting up his kingdom. And with that comes rest, peace, joy, deliverance, salvation, So we should be rejoicing right now and praying and being thankful and thanking the Most High and praising him.